What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with Pork Chop. So this is weird, okay? It's done. Me working at the wellness center is done. They called me 2 weeks early. They called me down to the office 2 weeks early and told me, thank you, but your services are no longer needed. They shut down the kitchen I was working at today, so I kind of saw the writing on the wall. I'm like, yep, that's it, I'm done. They're and then my boss is like, hey, HR wants to see you downstairs at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I said, yep, time for me to go, time for me to leave. And the interesting part is I left 20 minutes early. The sun is still up. So my biggest gripe about this job was I would go to work while the sun was down, and I would go home as the sun was down for a while. So I never really got to see the sun. I'm seeing the sun. It's setting, but the sun is there. I take that as symbolism. I take that as a metaphor, whatever you want to call it, that there are brighter things ahead for me, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I know with the help of a good supporting cast and a loving God and the piglets, of course, that I know that I'm going to be more than just okay. I'm going to be fan-fucking-tastic, guys. Got to say goodbye to some of the residents. One of the ladies that has been there quite a while, that's been kind of put kind of in a leader position. She said goodbye to me and said that she appreciates everything I've done for her, even in these short 5 months, and told me that I picked up a lot. I learned it very quickly, and that she was proud of me and she was happy to know me. And I was like, likewise, you're a fantastic person. I hope you guys all land on your feet somewhere. And she's like, oh, well, we're pretty much keeping the band together. Everybody's pretty much going to the same nursing home, the same facility. Some are going to go here or there because their mental capacity is not there anymore. So they're getting put in a clinic where they're going to get more help mentally than some others need. So pray for them. I pray that everything works out for them as well. But it's bittersweet. It really is. I'm not sad about it. I knew that it was coming. It was 2 weeks quicker than I realized, 2 weeks quicker than I anticipated. But I'm out. I'm done. And I'm actually looking forward to sleeping in tomorrow. I get to do that. From now on, I get to go home and I get to sleep. And I don't have to worry about getting up before the crack of dawn. And I can actually, live my life the way I want to for a while, and then I can worry about other things later. But right now, I'm pretty happy. I also got to say goodbye to my boss, and I got to say goodbye to some of the people in my department, and it just overall was just because I'm not the only one in my department that got the red bloody axe. The guy that I actually got hired on at the job, he got let go the same day I did. So he left and I left the same day. And then one of the nurses got let go today. And all in all, it just it was kind of Black Monday. For those of you that watch football, y'all know what that is. And it was interesting. But the cool thing is, I don't have to worry about waking up before the sun, and I don't ever have to wear one of these ever again. This is the part I'm most happy about, okay? I can get up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day and go to a job, but if I have to wear one of these one more day, the N95s, I was just gonna go on a rampage. These are okay, but so after a while, pretty much anything, you break stuff in, whether it be the masks, a hat, shoes, whatever. You break stuff in and it eventually kind of forms to you. I had to get a brand new one of these today, and I wasn't happy at all today with it. But I'm done with it, so see ya. Out of here. Goodbye. And I met a lot of cool people. There are some people that I wish that I hope and pray that I never get to see again. But there are some of the residents that I'm really like, I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you. And if I go to my new job, delivering for my wife's flower shop she works at, then I might be able to get to see these ladies and a couple of men. And that'd be kind of cool to have a little bit of a reunion. Just walk in and just be like, hey, how are you? And then be like, oh, Colin, how are you? It's good to see you. How are things? You're still married? All that stuff. And that I'm looking forward to. And I've already kind of, in so many words, kind of pretty much said my goodbyes and my well wishes and moved on. And that's all you can really do, is just wish people well and just continue on with your life. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking about this now. And if you guys have any more questions, if you guys want to know a little bit more details that I can legally talk about, because I did sign an agreement saying that I won't give out too much details. That's why I keep it very discreet with calling it the community center and not calling very many people by names. I don't talk about the residents by name. I don't talk about their diets or anything like that, because I signed an agreement. Even me leaving, I signed an agreement saying that it will not be, if I ever post anything or say anything about this job, it will not be negative for the most part. I will not, I legally cannot come on here and start spilling the tea and talking garbage. Maybe I can tell a story or two, but I can't just be like on Facebook or on here just being like, hey, this place sucks and here's why. Without disclosing any names, I will tell you guys some horror stories, maybe around Halloween, about a couple of the nurses there that I do not particularly care for, but you know what? Why not? That'll be something I'll probably do around Halloween. Anyway, so I was going to stop talking about it. A minute and a half later, I'm done talking about it. So we got some very interesting news today, guys. Football news. Dak Prescott signed a 4-year, $160 million deal with the Cowboys. If you break that down, that's $40 million a year. Is the guy worth it? I would have been happy paying him 33 to 35. But, I'm not the one paying him. I'm not the one, writing a check to him every single payday. No, that's Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys organization's choice. And if they felt like that they wanted to pay him that amount of money, if we can afford it, cool. If it hinders us picking up free agents or drafting somebody or re-signing somebody else, then it's going to be a problem. But I can tell you right now that with this extension, we're probably going to say goodbye to Michael Gallup after this year, and we're probably going to draft a wide receiver in one of the middle rounds this year. Because Michael Gallup's going to want some big money. Michael Gallup's a damn good wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, but he might be the odd man out with CeeDee Lamb and with some of the tight ends, Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz, and of course Amari Cooper. So he might be the odd man out, so therefore he might be getting, like I did today, the red bloody axe. But again, that's not for me to determine. So we'll see what happens. So if the Cowboys draft a wide receiver like in the 3rd or 4th round or even further, I don't see them drafting one in the first 2 rounds, but 3rd or 4th round, and they draft a wide receiver, then don't be surprised, and you heard it here first, if you even heard it at all. But anyway, so I want to talk about my weekend really quick. Now that I got the Cowboys out of the way, I got the current events out of the way. My wife and I went to Las Cruces this weekend to see her friend Kendall and their baby that is only 3 weeks old, and their daughter just had her second birthday this weekend. So it was kind of just a one-off, end-all, be-all type of thing, where it's like, hey, come meet the new baby, come say hi to us. New Mexico is opening up for the first time in a while, so it just, the pieces fell in place so nicely that we were able to do something like this, and it was fantastic. Her husband David, we got to spend pretty much an entire day at his parents' place, and his parents are really cool, just laid back, amazing, big family, Hispanics, and they had a pool table in their living room. So I mean, you can't really beat that. So I was playing pool, a couple of games of pool, against some of David's, I think they're his nephews, and they were talking trash to me. You know, I think they're probably like 7 and younger, and they're just, you know, talking trash. You know, like you hear like a little kid talk trash, like in a game if you're playing like Call of Duty or Madden or something, and they're talking smack. Then that's kind of what they were doing, and they asked me what my name was because they didn't know my name, because this is the second time I've ever met them. First time I met them was at David and Kendall's wedding, and that was a few years ago. So it's been a while, and they're obviously a lot older. They don't really remember me when you're much younger. So they're like, what's your name? And I said, my name is Jeff. So the entire night they were calling me Jeff and Jeffrey and Jeffy, you know, all these things, you know. And of course they thought they were talking crap on me because they actually knew my name. They didn't know my name for most of the night. And on top of that, I came up with a nickname, Kendall's dad, and I came up with the nickname Chungus. So my name is Jeff Chungus. So the keywords here are Jeff Chungus, CHUNGUS, Chungus. And we you know, played pool, and they were pretty good. Obviously it's their grandfather's table, so they were playing and shooting pool, and they've, you know, are there on weekends playing pool and just having a good old time and just enjoying it. And I was just enjoying, you know, the trash talking. I use this voice every time they knock the cue ball into the hole. And of course they thought it was funny and annoying at the same time, so I just kept doing it. You don't tell me it's annoying and then laugh, because I'm gonna do it all night long, especially if it's a voice like that where I'm like, thanks, every time they knocked the cue ball into the hole, which they did a lot. Like they would aim for a ball, and then it would kind of like, it would bounce off the side and then go into the pocket, and then it would obviously be my ball because they scratched. And so that was fun. And at the end of the night, my wife was like, you need to tell them your real name. And I was like, okay, I can't lie to you. I can't lie to y'all anymore. I have to tell y'all my real name. And they're like, it's not Jeff Chungus? And I was like, I wish it was Jeff Chungus. That might be my pseudonym. So if you ever see a book out by Jeff Chungus, it's me. And so I was like, all right, my real name is Shakira. And then obviously they're like, their name's not Shakira. I'm like, yeah, you're right. All right. Sorry. All right, let me try this again. My name is Marshall Mathers. And then my wife's like, Colin. His name is Colin. I was like, oh, come on. You couldn't let me do that for a little bit longer? She's like, no. All right, so that was cool. I got to hold the baby, and of course my heart melted because I want a baby of my own. So I'm just like, I want one of you so bad. Like I'm holding him, just looking down at him. I want one of you so bad. And of course, you know, I was like, I'm gonna kidnap you. I can just claim you as mine. So what if you got a little Hispanic in you? What if you're a little brown? You know, we could just say that, you know, it's, you know, you're Native American or something, because I got Native American in my blood. So I could be like, oh, it really shows on him. He tans really easily. And then of course I'm like, no, because I like these people and I don't want to steal their baby, so I better not. But anyway, so before we got to Las Cruces, we made a few stops. We didn't go through Albuquerque. We went through Roswell. And so with Roswell, we hit Portales, which is the place that my wife grew up. So we stopped and talked to her old boss for about an hour, and played catch up with her, and then we went to Roswell, and we stopped at the UFO McDonald's, and I took a picture. If you guys have me on social media, you guys know that I took a picture there, and it was really cool. It was very fun. And then we stopped because even though she had lived in New Mexico her entire life, she's like, I've never been to White Sands. So we went to White Sands, New Mexico, and took the dogs out, and went up the dunes and walked the path and everything, and it was really cool. Got to take a cool picture with the dogs, which are also on my social medias, as well as a picture with my wife, and that was awesome. So we checked into our Airbnb. It was really cool. A little casacita. I don't know how to say that. Casita, little casita, and our pretty much. We go out and you turn to the right, and there's a pasture that they have their horses in a little corral. And the horses, my wife actually scared one of the horses because they had a little bitty thing at the bottom that was open where our beagle could get in if she wanted to. So my wife was like running with her blue blanket chasing the dog, and the horse was like, shit! And they both, two of the three just took off. But no, the dogs were cool. They didn't bark at the horses or anything like that. And it was just really interesting. We the night before we left, we watched WandaVision, the last episode. Very lackluster, very, very disappointing. I have to say the least. It was very disappointing. The ending kind of went, it was like a roller coaster. It built up, and then probably about episode 5 or 6, it was like awesome, and then 7 through 9, woof. I was just like, damn. The last cool episode, I think, was the Halloween episode. Other than that, everything after that, I was just kind of like, I didn't really like the Modern Family episode that much, and of course, I didn't really like the ending episode. It was just kind of meh. But it was cool nonetheless, because we got some more Marvel cinematic universe things in our lives, because that took a backseat in 2020 with COVID. Not even Black Widow had a chance to come out. And so we have that to look forward to, Black Widow, and then obviously the next phase of Marvel with the Spider-Verse, and then we have the Doctor Strange and the multiverse, and we have, of course, the Winter Soldier and Falcon, or Falcon and Winter Soldier, I forget the order of that. And then we just, we got a lot of Marvel coming out, and I'm really excited about it. But anyway, guys, so I'm going to go back, I'm going to go into the house and enjoy and catch my wife up on some of the details about what HR said to me. But anyway, so your questions here. Question number 1, did you like the little metaphor at the beginning about the sun still being up, bright future ahead? I thought it was actually kind of cool when I walked out of the building. I'm like, the sun's still up. That's crazy. 2, if you're a football fan, did we overpay for Dak Prescott? Are you happy that we paid him that? What is your opinion? If you don't like football, then there's a 2B question you can answer. 2B is, what color is your dream car? There you go. And then question number 3 is, have you guys ever been to New Mexico, and what is your opinion on New Mexico? If you haven't, where would you like to visit? All right, guys, thank y'all so much once again for dropping by. I will definitely release another video like this on Friday, and then that I will talk to you guys about the seminar I'm going to about this thing I'm trying to do for my teaching certificate. I hate it when I bite my cheek and then it throws off my speech. My teaching certificate that will give me more details and to be more descriptive of what I'm supposed to do to go to the next phase of my life. And then, of course, I'll update y'all on anything else that's going on in my life. And on top of that, guys, I just hope you guys just had a badass weekend, and I hope you're going to take this week by the reins and just destroy it. And always remember, my little piglets, Colin Porkchop loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys. Just like that.